If you were a Pearl Jam fan in the late 90s, you probably felt the ground shifting beneath the band. Grunge had burned itself out, radio rock was turning towards nu metal and pop punk, and Pearl Jam had just released the bright and optimistic Yield. So when this album, Binaural, arrived in May of 2000, it felt different, darker, stranger, and as it turns out, that was exactly the point. After the wide open optimism of Yield in 1998, Pearl Jam could have easily coasted. Yield felt like a return to form after the more experimental no code. It had big choruses, arena-ready hooks, and even a few radio singles, but it put the band back in the mainstream spotlight. But rather than chase another Yield, Pearl Jam pivoted. 2 years later, Binaural arrived, sounding moodier, darker, and far more textured. The band had a new permanent drummer in Matt Cameron, whose intricate style gave the songs an almost restless, jazzy heartbeat. They also brought in a good producer, whose name is Tchad Blake, known for his adventurous recording techniques. They decided to experiment with binaural sound, a method of placing microphones like human ears to capture a 3D listening experience. Binaural wasn't a sequel to Yield, it was a sharp left turn. Where Yield felt like the open skies and wide horizons, Binaural plays like a late-night walk through the shadowy city streets, echoing restless and full of hidden corners. Pearl Jam leaned into more atmosphere and risk, even though it meant leaving some casual fans scratching their heads. It was also a record of firsts. This was the band's first album with Matt Cameron fully behind the kit. First to feature producer Tchad Blake, whose adventurous style encouraged experimentation. Most notably, it's the only Pearl Jam release to embrace binaural recording, which uses the technique of the two microphones like I was just talking about. One thing you got to understand with this album, you need some good headphones. You just listen, you hear the guitars and the percussion, and it's all swirling around your head. It's beyond the technical trickery. Binaural stands as a statement, a moody, immersive album that captures grief, distance, and the uneasy turn of the millennium. But now, on a lighter note, let's take a look at my CD. Let's take a look at my CD. I bought this one used, but it's in decent condition. It's a digipack, so it opens like this with that yellow design, and another one opens like this with some embers there. That's a fire. And there is the CD with the black and the red font. There's also a book. Let's take a look. I just unintentionally made that rhyme, but anyway, here's the book. It's pretty cool. It's very well made. Here are the songs. And there is, I think this represents the binaural technique. With the lyrics are in typewriter style, but with some handwritten. This is still the 90s. I guess they had typewriters. And then that looks pretty cool. There's some little drawings. There's the binaural. And there are some more lyrics here. And there's a photo of the band in the studio. Here's some more lyrics with some sharks for some reason. And some bombs, again, for some reason. There is the band at the time. There's some more lyrics and some more doodles, more lyrics, a close-up photo, and another little drawing there, and some dude on piano. I guess it's Eddie Vedder, I'm not sure. More lyrics. And then that is, I believe, Matt Cameron, if I'm wrong. Actually, it's Mike McCready. Anyway, if I'm wrong, tell me. And there's more lyrics there. I don't know what that is. And then there's a band and more liner notes, more artwork. Back to the video. The album opens with Breakerfall, a short, sharp shock of garage rock energy. The title plays with the album name, binaural to ears, Breakerfall. It's raw, urgent, and a perfect jolt to wake you up. Eddie Vedder spits the lyrics like a warning siren while the band channels their punk side. Matt Cameron makes his presence known right away on God's Dice. His hi-hat driven rhythm gives the song a restless pulse. It's a hard rocker with a sly groove. You can almost feel the band testing the new chemistry in real time. If you crave classic Pearl Jam, Evacuation scratches that itch. That's one of the catchiest choruses on the album and a subtle space rock shimmer in the guitars. Eddie's vocals soar here, balancing grit with melody, easily one of the record's highlights. Here comes one of the emotional peaks. Light Years is a beautiful ballad that merges the band's grunge roots with a jangly classic rock sensibility. The lyrics deal with loss and longing. Eddie delivers them with aching sincerity. It's a heartfelt, without ever turning sentimental, a Pearl Jam specialty. Dark, ominous, and mesmerizing Mike McCready's guitar tone on Nothing As It Seems is a masterclass in texture, dripping with psychedelic effects that feel tailor-made for headphones. This is the sound of Pearl Jam embracing atmosphere over aggression. Thin Air brings a gentler touch. Eddie sings in a restrained, almost Beatles-esque style before gradually opening up. The melody is hauntingly beautiful, a reminder that Pearl Jam can write love songs that still feel mysterious. The mood swings back to raw power. Insignificance rides a crunchy riff and a steady grunge-flavored groove. Beneath the energy lies a political undercut. Better railing against media overload and societal numbness. It's both a headbanger and a wake-up call. Hypnotic and slightly eerie of the girl unfolds around a cool, off-kilter drum pattern. And percussion dance around the stereo field, creating a dream-like atmosphere. One of the hardest hitters on the record, Grievance, channels punk fury and garage rock grit. Eddie sounds fired up, almost feral, and the band locks into a relentless drive. It's a reminder that Pearl Jam still knew how to throw punches. Rival slows the pace with a swampy swing and surprising piano layer that adds this Rolling Stones-like swagger. There's even a touch of psychedelic haze, a deep cut that rewards repeat listens. This is one of the album's richest headphone experiences. Layers of guitar, distortion swirl around Matt Cameron's intricate drummings, creating a sonic fog you can get lost in. It's moody, mysterious, and pure binaural. Just when you think you have the album figured out, Eddie pulls out a ukulele. Soon Forget is a short, wry, and surprisingly biting, a minimalist meditation on greed and materialism that proves sometimes really less is more. The album closes with Parting Ways, a slow burn beauty that recalls Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Starts with clean, delicate guitar tones before erupting into huge, distorted chords like a storm breaking over a calm sea, a fitting farewell to a record built on contrasts. Binaural isn't the easy sing-along record you throw on at a party. It's a late-night drive album. It's an album for headphones, which I keep saying and recommending. You need these headphones for this album. And it's one of those sit with it and let it wash over your experiences. Captures Pearl Jam at a junction, still capable of grunge-powered anthems, but willing to explore atmosphere, psychedelia, and subtle studio tricks. When it dropped in 2000, some fans didn't quite know what to make of it, but with time, Binaural has revealed itself as one of Pearl Jam's most rewarding deep cuts. Put on your best headphones, close your eyes, and let the sound swirl. Might not have the radio hits of 10 or verses, but rewards very careful listens with something new. Now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite track on Binaural? Do you think this is one of Pearl Jam's most underrated albums? Or do you rank it lower on your list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going. If you enjoyed this review, give the video a like, hit subscribe, tap the notification bell so you don't miss more rock and metal deep dives. And when you're done here, check out my review of Guardians, Bad Motor Finger. That's an awesome album. I have it on vinyl. Thanks for watching. And that is all. I will see you in the next one.